I'm 31, and my ex-wife, Claire, is 35. We were married 10 years ago, right when I turned 21 and graduated college. We were married for 5 years. During my whole marriage, I thought we were happy. I most definitely was. At the time, I worked inside of the IT field, and I still do to this day. We had never got into fights during our marriage, and our intimate life seemed to be satisfying on both ends. Our intimate life seemed to be amazing. It went from every day to twice a week to once a month, and then up until I caught her with her affair partner, it was completely inexistent. She had loved to initiate intimacy and loved lovemaking. So when I was like, this is new, it definitely felt off. I caught her because I saw that she had an exposed picture sent to somebody else, and she just left her phone out. She sent the picture to a number that I didn't know, and I was like, whoa, what is this? Although I was pissed, I took pictures of the evidence. I took pictures of the chat, and then I decided, I don't want anything to do with this. I saw her message freeing with her boyfriend, some guy from the gym that she's been working out with and apparently had a physical relationship with. The crazy thing about it is, I was paying her bill for the gym. Listen, when I tell you I didn't want to confront her, so I didn't. The text told me everything that I needed to know. I saw everything that I needed to see, and I knew I had to get out of that situation right then and there. So that night, after work, when she was still at her second yoga session, I packed up all my stuff and dipped. I had talked to a divorce attorney, and I'll be fine. At that time, I was 25 years old. I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of things that she could take, but her father had passed away and left her with $200K. So at that time, she was rolling in dough. I had absolutely no claim on that money, nor should I have had a claim on that money. We had no kids. Although she said she wanted to have kids once she turned 30, 30 came and went, and the only thing that she had was an affair partner. Although I was the sole income earner, she possessed a large sum of money, more than I did. So inside of the divorce, I didn't have to pay any type of alimony, and we had pretty much a clean split. She already had a college degree, and she was a school teacher for 2 years prior to us getting married, so she was completely fine. Well, I left the divorce papers square on the kitchen table, with pictures of everything that she had done. Man, when I tell you she blew up my phone, begged me, told me she was sorry, cried, yelled, screamed, and then she went to social media and told a completely different story. Apparently, I was mentally abusive, and that's why she had to leave out and go with somebody else. When I tell you I had to delete all social media because people were all on her side, I straight up was like, you know what? I'm washing my hands out of this situation. And then some of our prior friends started to hit me up, and I was like, why y'all hit me up? And they were calling me an a-hole, a deadbeat, that I never loved her. And what happened next really shocked me. So I straight up ignored all of these people. The only person that I talked to was the guy's wife, who promptly dumped him. She left him there too. That situation ended up making my ex blow up, and she ended up going to my boss, trying to get me fired from my job. It didn't work because I just showed my boss all the messages of her pleading and begging and crying and saying all of this stuff. So the guy looked at me and was like, hey man, take a couple of weeks off. This is a lot. And I got 2 free paid weeks off of work. The crazy thing is, with all those texts telling me that he didn't matter and that I was better than him and that she wanted to love me and be with me, she ended up marrying him 5 months after my divorce. Literally, the only time I ever saw her again was in front of the judge to confirm our divorce settlement. The whole time, she never looked at me once. She kept her head down on the ground. She had brought her boyfriend from the gym and he was just flexing like he was going to beat me up. But I was like, we're in court. I will sue you. Literally, I just shook my head at him and just was like, yeah, okay, you get what you pay for. I've been on dates since then and had intimacy with other people, but honestly, I can't even trust anybody anymore. That whole situation left me inside of a negative headspace, and I ended up going to therapy and counseling for it. I started working on my body more, started brushing my teeth more. Not saying I didn't brush my teeth a lot in the past. I just really brushed my teeth now. I like it. She was the last person that I was in a long-term relationship with because, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't fully over her situation. Literally, because I wasn't on social media. All of my old friends kind of like twickled away. But there was a lot of people that I've met face-to-face and talked to face-to-face. Because we were married for 5 years, we had a lot of the same mutual friends, and she tarnished my name with every single one of them. Let's fast forward 6 years from that. Right now, I'm still single and still working in the same field at the same company, But I'm a little bit more promoted now. I got my own apartment, my own car, and I'm doing pretty well for myself. I'm not even thinking about anything that she has going on until I had got a random text message. I had no reason to block her because the only time we stopped talking was right after the divorce. So when I got this message, I was like, "Excuse me?" I was extremely shocked inside of the situation, but then I was like, I'm going to ignore it. Well, that ignoring became one text like, "Hey, how you doing?" Then it became, "I hope you're doing well?" Then she tried to call me 10 times. Then she asked to call me and I'm sitting there like, "What?" Then she started telling me different ways that she was being abused inside of the relationship she was in, and I was like, "So?" So then it kept on going and going, and it got to the point where I was like, okay. One of the mutual friends that we had back in the past, I messaged them and sent them the screenshots of her saying all of this. And they looked at me and was like, "Oh, you're so heartless. Why aren't you doing anything about it? You're her friend." So then I was like, you know what? Let me get back on social media. Let me try to figure this out. And I blocked that dude. I blocked the hell out of him. So I got back on social media, and I got extremely frustrated because I saw one of the texts of her saying, "I super apologize for everything that I did. I completely messed up. I'm sorry for cheating on you. I'm sorry for leaving you for this dude." And she kept sending more and more pictures, and that just blew me. It blew me. So I got back on social media and I said, "Hey guys, I just wanted to say it's been a long time. I wanted to see how everybody was doing." I got berated, called an a-hole, called all different types of names. They're saying like, "Oh, you left your wife. Are you happy for cheating?" Me cheating? What? What? Apparently she told people on social media with a big cry face that her husband was inside of a whole affair with a whole nother woman and she had to leave him for somebody that saved her at the gym. Okay, bet. So I took all the screenshots from our old text because I don't delete nothing, and I put it inside of a compilation for people to look at on Facebook. Then I put her new stuff of her saying that he is abusive constantly. Literally, everybody that was talking all that BS stopped. They didn't say thank you. They didn't say I'm sorry. They didn't apologize. I was pretty much left out in the dirt, but I feel like I got closure. I feel like everything is in the past now and I can keep moving on. It's strange, but I really hope she's okay, because the person that I used to be would have gone right to her side to save her. But I think she was just trying to manipulate me. So I don't know if I did the right thing, but if situations got worse for her, I think I did. Now for the top comments. I would completely ignore her. She's trying to manipulate you. She lied about you abusing her. She's probably lying about the new husband too. As far as the increase in teeth brushing, he was probably trying to get the taste of her and that relationship out of his mouth. And her fate in her cheater relationship is karma. Karma don't always show up in time, but don't you love it when you get a part in it and get to watch it go down? 6 years in the making, but don't it feel good? She's not your problem. She better figure it out. She needs help, but you're not that help. She betrayed your trust and broke your loyalty. She needs a support group, but you're not it. Thank you all for taking the time to listen to today's story. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next one. Thanks.